Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be scrapping this gorgeous photo of my grandson meeting Santa at a local Christmas lights display. My stepson took this photo and it is just amazing. So I'm going to be using that North Pole map paper for my main background. That's from Pebbles Home for Christmas. It's called Santa's Workshop, and it was a collection from 2014, so it might be a little bit hard to find. Again, it's Home for Christmas, and it's called Santa's Workshop. I decided that I wanted to put a border around that, and that's what I'm going to use that chevron paper for. That is from American Crafts Be Merry. It's called Holiday Cheer. That also was a 2014 collection. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going through and I'm kind of strategically cutting off pieces of that map so that I can, so you can see a little bit of the chevron behind. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to gut this chevron paper because I like it so much, and it will be really good for other layouts. So I did kind of want to keep some of the cute, like there's cute little place sayings like Gingerbread Bakery and Elf Village and Christmas Orange Groves and Teddy Bear Boot Camp. Lots of really cute sayings in these. Now some of them that I was trying to save, including, you'll watch me do this, the North Pole on the paper, I'm going to end up covering with my cluster. But that's okay because I figure out how to do that. So I've just taken my paper over to my trimmer, and my trimmer is kind of hard to see where the lines exactly are sometimes, so that's why I had to cut that paper down. So I'll take my ATG. The photo, by the way, there is just basically straight out of his phone camera, except there was a little bit of a light leak towards the top right above his head. So I put the photo through Photoshop, but other than that, that's all I really did with it. And honestly, this layout is one of my two favorite layouts I've done in a long time. The other one is called Peace, and that's already up on my channel. It went up on Christmas Eve on the 24th of December. So if you wanted to see that, there's another Christmas idea. Also, I do have a playlist with Christmas layouts, and there's not that many right now because I haven't done that many, but I will continue to put anything that I do for Christmas in that if you're looking for some ideas. All right, so now I'm just gluing the map paper down again, like I said, and I love the combination of this aqua color and the red together. So now I'm looking at that photograph, and I like it on that paper, and you can see a lot, but I really think it needs some sort of border. And I'm going to end up using this paper. It says Merry Christmas all over it, over and over and over again. And I'm going to cut a border or a mat around that so you can see the Merry Christmas in full at the top and bottom of that paper. This paper is also from American Crafts, the Be Merry collection, and it's called Checking It Twice. So I really like, now that that's on there, how that really largely dark photo pops off the page because it has that red border around it. But yet it's a different border than the chevron was. I thought about the chevron, but I didn't like the way it looked around that photo, or didn't think I would like it. I wanted a much more almost solid paper. So now I'm going to play around a little bit to try to figure out where I'm going to put this photo. I want to make sure I see the North Pole in the center of the page, which is on the upper left corner of the photo. And then there were some cute other name places that I end up covering with an embellishment cluster anyway, as hard as I tried to preserve it. So now I know I want my title to be Pure Magic because this photo is just pure magic. I tried those candy cane thickers and I did not care for them. So my next thought now is that I want to do a red and green combination in the title just to get another color in there to make it look a little bit different and not all red. So I'm kind of playing around here to try to decide whether I want the green or the red to appear first. And I'm going to very quickly make up my mind as to what I want it to do. And the other thing is I also wanted to make sure that I had enough letters in the red alphabet that I chose. So the other alphabet would not have worked. And I'm starting to think about which word I want to go which color. And I decide that I want the green to go first, because then it kind of sets it off from the border a little bit where the title is going to start. So I'm going to use this green alpha here. It's from American Crafts Thickers, and the font is Nicky Ricky, and the color is Cricket. These are pretty old, just so that you know. The one thing I don't like about this alphabet is the letters are different sizes. So what I'm going to do, or some are different sizes. What I did is I just cut the extra long legs off of that R so that they're really basically the same size now, and I like that way. That looks much better. I was going to have a problem with descenders in basically a block font. So Pure is in green, and now I'm going to grab this red alpha. It is from American Crafts Thickers, and the font is called Cherish. The color is crimson, and I absolutely love this font. It's like the perfect size, not too big, not too little. And I'm having to go through and MacGyver Q here to make a C. So I just cut the tail off, and then I cut a little piece out so you could get the arms or whatever of the C. And I really like the way that looks now. So Pure Magic is the title. And I'm going to play around with spacing here a little bit. I don't like how the two words are almost the same size, even though there's more letters in Magic. So what I decided to do is just add a little hashtag mark, so in red, to keep the red and green mix going in my title. And that gives me the extra space in that top word, so that Magic kind of is nestled in, well, it's not nestled, but it's not the exact same size, which is what I didn't like. And I'm willing to fool around with this a little bit, or a lot, bit as the case may be. And I am pulling all these supplies from my December daily, or in my case, my holiday daily kit. I keep all of my Christmas supplies together. They're in an iris box with a tray in it during the rest of the year, but at this time of year, at Christmas, I have it out in a basket, and then I have my papers in an envelope, and that way all my letters that I could use, and I have a lot more red alphas than what I have in that basket, but my favorite red alphas are in that basket. All my embellishments are there, so it's really easy for me when I'm doing layouts that are Christmas themed at this time of year to just grab those out. All right. So in the American Crafts American Crafts Be Merry die cuts, and the die cut pack is called Cookies. It's from 2014 as well. I found that North Pole sign, and then I covered the North Pole on the center of the paper, which is sort of ironic. I also found that present there, and then which I think is really cool, because of course he's getting he's really understanding Santa this year for the first time. I also found in that Be Merry die cut collection, I also found the Santa's List card there that I'm going to use for journaling. That deer came from American Crafts Peppermint Express. That came, those die cuts are called Figment, and that was a collection from 2013, so that's probably going to be a little bit hard to find. My holly there is also from the Be Merry Cookies die cuts, just so that you know that. And I love, really, this layout came together fairly quickly for me. It was 30 minutes start to finish, so that's fast, which is nice. All right. So now I am putting a little bit of foam. I put some foam behind the deer to get a little bit of dimension down in these bottom clusters, and I'm going to put the foam down behind the holly there so that we can get some dimension, or I can get some dimension in there. I could have probably put another cluster to the bottom, towards the bottom right, but I didn't want to cover up that legend for the map because it talks about cruise voyages and the Polar Express train, and it talks about what's forest and what our elf house is. I just thought that would be really cute, so I left it as is. And I'm just getting the foam tape behind the reindeer. That's from the huge roll of foam tape, and I've had this foam tape for 2 years. And I still have foam tape left. And I use foam tape a lot. So even though the investment of the roll is about $30, that's way less an investment it would be if I was buying this in the smaller packages, because I would have to buy it way more often. And it's a lot more expensive. All right, so I'm just going down and I'm just getting these die cuts down now. And I like the way they're, you know, those some things under and some things over, and it just is a cute little Santa theme clustered. I just, as I'm looking at this now and I have the layout next to me, I just am in love with the look on my grandson's face there. It's so cute. He was just, I wasn't along, but his mom was telling me about how he didn't really say much to Santa, but he really wasn't afraid of him. He was more like in awe of him. And this is the first Christmas that he's really getting, you know, what Santa's about. He's almost 4, so he'll be 4 in just a few days. All right, and just getting a few more edges down here. All right, and I'm tapping my fingers because I'm thinking about maybe trying to get some more dimension on this layout, and I'm not quite sure how to do it until I realize I could use I can use the periods in the thickers as accents here, because I want a little more glitter in those in the clusters. There's glitter, and the alphabet just really brings your attention to it. So I really wanted the thickers there to help me really bring that glitter down into the bottom as well. And then what I do is I add 3 little glitter dots where the berries of the holly are as well. So now there's glitter in both of the clusters and also in the title as well. So it's just bringing more continuity, if I could only say the word, to my layout there. I'm going to take my American Crafts journaling pen, and I just wrote my grandson's name on one label and then also the date on the other. And that's a 0.05 brown pen. It's much darker than you think it is by the cap. The cap is pretty light, but it is actually a little more like a medium brown. So I just talk about seeing the wonder of Christmas through a child's eyes. That's it's an amazing way to look at Christmas, to really see it, just because everything is so new and so magical. That's why I call this pure magic. All right, the layout is finished. Here's the still shots and a couple of detail shots. Hope you are all well, and I'll be back with another video soon. Bye!